Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the overrated and overdone genre that is horror games. I am just so done with these genres. The horror formula, summed up, is usually, gore atmosphere or just ambient atmospheres with the usual dead silence and just the eerie noises of creaky wooden floors, squeaky doors, and let's not forget the trademark jump scare. Let's talk about the jump scare real quick. Let's talk about how cheap the jump scare is. The jump scare places you in an environment of dead silence or slight noise. Then, in the dead silence, you slightly start to hear something, and tension builds up. Then all of a sudden your screen is filled with a large creature of some sorts, or a person, whatever, met with the, of course, obnoxiously loud shriek that just be an orchestra, whatever. It's obvious that you're gonna react to something if your entire screen is getting filled by something. Pause. Along with deafening sound. It's pretty freaking cheap, in my opinion. And the horror formula, like I said, is similar. It's just the same thing over and over. Character, going in a straight line with some goal, escape this area while trying to avoid psychopaths or monsters or whatever. Place you in a place where you're not really going to be hearing much noise. Then you're gonna have jump scare moments or chase moments, and I've gotta say, it's just so overdone right now. Whenever someone says, "Oh, scary game," and they got their little clickbait thumbnail, and they're like, WTF? It's like, come on, bro. You know that's what the game is going to obviously project. It's horror games do not know anything about being unique. I'm just being honest. That's why things like, I don't know, Dead Space did well at first because it was something new. Don't get me wrong, it had its jump scare moments, but it was mostly like you actually had ways to defend yourself. It wasn't like most of these horror games now, which is no way to defend myself. Oh, I forgot to mention that. Well, there it is now. No way to defend yourself in all this. Why? Why can't I have some way to defend myself? Just because I can't defend myself doesn't make the game more scary. It just makes it non-realistic. Like, you want to have a way to defend yourself if you're scared. And I get it, it's games, it's not supposed to be completely realistic, but I don't know, just seeing the back-to-back similarities for these horror games, and they're like, oh, it's a totally new game, I can't wait for the community to experience this brand new project. And it's like, I've already experienced it like dozens of times through other games. You put me in a scenario where I have to escape this area. You put enemies that'll chase me while I have no way to defend myself, and I have to run away from them the entire time and annoy me. That's why I really, really enjoyed Alien Isolation. Now, while Alien Isolation had its jump scare moments, it didn't overdo it. It was just about, you need to mainly avoid this alien. Everything else, you have a way to defend yourself. That's what was good about that game. That's why I personally feel like that was... Hope you heard that clap. It was just... bravo. Very well done, in my opinion. It did get annoying in some areas, but what game doesn't? But it wasn't just the usual, oh, helpless individual, just run for your life type of ordeal. It was, you have means to defend yourself, but this one thing here, you can't do it. So just leave it. That's why I'm just really fed up with the whole horror genre, and I really think they're just the most repetitive thing. They're just the same thing over and over. Like, seriously. Heck, like, I get it. Sometimes you can find something new and people will hop onto that and ride that train until the train is a ghost train. Like, look at FNAF. How many games is it now? I don't even know if you're combining the fan games, because the fan games are still games, so I don't even know. But the point is, this horror genre it's just the same crap over and over. Simple formula, usually crap storytelling because they're just focusing on jump scaring the heck out of you. And not only that, they have the nerve to constantly put you in situations where you are surrounded by weapons but can't pick them up. It's incredibly stupid. Like take Resident Evil 7. People love that game for some reason, and I'm like, why? It's the usual horror genre format that I guess people are taking to the norm now, and that's why they praise that game so much. But all I see is, yeah, you can defend yourself. I don't think they just would straight up not let you defend yourself because it's a Resident Evil game. Yeah, you can defend yourself. However, it focuses usually on the ambience and the silence, and then jump scare followed by a lumbering enemy towards you, and you kill it. And it's like, what's new? What's new here? Why is this getting praised so much? It's not a different formula. It's the same formula over and over again that a lot of these developers just repeat for some reason, I guess because people just like it. People just don't want change, and I suppose that's why all of these are being released consecutively, because I don't know, it's just sad to see like a horror genre with so much potential just being destroyed. And I'm probably gonna make a video on another thing, which is the lack of storytelling, but I also would like to admit that sometimes the horror genre, and not just this, and I'm probably, like I said, gonna make a separate video on this, can just get ruined by stories just over focusing on something, like whether it's romance or like a crazy plot twist. But usually it's romance that ruins a lot of these game stories nowadays. Like, I'm already looking at Last of Us 2 and I'm like, oh great, a romance. It's gonna be a romance flicky kind of thing. Although I didn't really care for The Last of Us 1 anyway, but that's besides the point. This is about horror games. The formula is the horse has been kicked beyond recognition. It's dead, like, just leave it alone. I'm not saying horror games are going to die and should die. I'm saying that if they're going to continue to be a thing, which they are, because, YouTubers gotta have something to post their face on and say, what the F, right? They can at least try and make their games unique. Like, at this point, they're not trying. They're not even trying. It's the same crap over and over again. And then to see people praise one thing more than another thing when it's practically the same entity it's just stupid, and it really ticks me off, because I'm like, you're gonna act like one game is better than another game when they follow the exact same formula. That is the epitome of hypocrisy right there. I really think that horror games, I guess my suggestion would be is give the player ways to defend themselves and don't focus on jump scares. Jump scares are really cheap, and I just feel like they're a cheap way of easily getting a jump scare out of you. And I get that is the purpose of it, but I think that we can focus a bit more on ambience and also focus on storytelling and why this is happening, and just the overwhelming sense of dread that knowing the story would cause you to have. Don't put it in a way that's super complex and hard to understand. Just put it into terms of, hey, this is going on because these people did this, blah, blah, blah. I think knowing why this is happening and knowing how sick everything is can help add to that sense of dread. That's really my suggestion on the matter, though. I do hope you enjoyed the video. What are your thoughts on the matter? I'd love to hear you. Do you like these kinds of games? Do you think that they're still unique and that there's nothing wrong with it? Or do you agree and you think this horror formula is completely redundant at this point and needs a bit of tweaking? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. With that being said, thank you all for watching. Rate the video what you think it deserves. Tell me what you want to see in the future on the comments below. And as always, I will see all of you in the next video. Take care.